In general, when I see these kinds of comments, it's usually because you're not new or edgy. This isn't, I like, dude, I see this kind of stuff all the time. And it's like, well, usually where these kind of comments come from is from somebody who you don't want to solve the problem. You want the problem to no longer apply to you. You don't really care about solving anything. Your idea is, I want to be a billionaire and I don't want any of the problems that plague everybody else to apply to me any longer. I want to drive a Lambo. And that's usually where comments like this come from. I would tell you to go back and soul search it a bit, because if you're actually looking for real solutions to problems, well, I've proposed dozens of very simple solutions. They're not easy solutions, they're simple. A lot of things are simple to do. They're just not very easy to do because, well, it's sort of like, getting over a gambling addiction. Most people in the US, about probably half, I don't want to say most, about half, are gambling junkies, right? They want number to go up forever. They want everything to go up forever, and they all want it to go in there. That's basically a gambling type mentality. Well, they don't want to deal with that. Addictions are really difficult to deal with. And so, like, no, I want a solution where I win. Like, yeah, okay, so you want socialism. You just want your brand of socialism. You want a type of socialism that works for you. That's really it. Now, I'm okay with that mentality. I really am. But we don't have an armed society. We don't have like private cruise missiles. Now, if we had private cruise missiles, then you can think like that all you want, and then we can either have a giant war. I'm okay with that. We can do that too. A massive mega world war where there's 8 billion sides, all fighting against each other. Okay, fine, we can do that. Or you can have the spirit of cooperation. Well, the solutions that I propose on many occasions, again, they're simple. They're just not easy, because nobody wants to give up what they've done, what they think is their wealth. They don't want to give up their illusion of wealth. It's similar to the boomers who bought a house for whatever, for like $25 back in the 70s, and now to them it's worth 1.9 million. Like, it's really not. That's just the currency being destroyed. That's all that is. And it's like, yeah, you didn't really make any money on that. That's just the illusion of wealth because of money printing. So, I can't answer it for you as to whether or not, if you're coming from the position of you didn't hear any solutions, because I've given them out a lot. To the right kind of ears, I've given out solutions all the time. There's tons of people that follow along my work just fine, and they say, wow, those are good solutions. And if I do say so, they are. And they're not even really my ideas. These are ideas that go back centuries. They're just me dusting them off and then explaining them a bit better to people. A lot of this is not new. The idea of, for example, hard currency, that isn't my idea. That's thousands of years old. And it solves a lot of problems. But it doesn't end with you being a billionaire and the problems that plague the world don't apply to you any longer, but you want them to continue to apply to everybody else so that you can feel like a big shot. That's called wealth by contrast, by the way. That's this. That's all the oligarchs we see now. That's all it is. It's just wealth by contrast. These people are basically broke. It's fake money conjured from nothing. But you believe they have wealth, so, wealth and power exist where people believe it does, right? Just something to think about.